I'm ready to share with you my Sunu Band review, but guess what? I can't find my iPhone. But you know what the solution is? Well, ringing my iPhone from my Sunu Band. Yes, I press the home button on my Sunu Band, keep it pressed, listen, and
Phone finder on.
phone finder on. And yes, it's right here, right on my nose. That always happens. I press the home button,
Home.
I do the calibration, and I'm ready to go out there and share how the Sunu Band works in action. Welcome back to Blank with a Vision. Anna here sharing with you another vision from Anna's world. And guess what? Today the vision is sharing with you my Sunu Band review. Oh my gosh, I'm really excited about sharing with you how the Sunu Band works in action. And if you are someone new to my channel, stick around. I promise you that learning about the Sunu Band or this smartwatch specially designed for the blind is going to be very helpful information. And for those who already watch my Sunu Band unboxing, you already know that the Sunu Band is an advanced mobility aid specially designed for the blind and visually impaired. And well, it uses a sonar and the concept of echolocation. Okay, I'm wearing my Sunu Band, showing it. If you have never seen the Sunu Band, this is how it looks. It has the sonar, this little tiny speaker that is sticking out. It's like an eye that is actually detecting every object in front of it. Through haptic vibrations, we actually know how close or far we are from those objects or people, right? And guess what? Through the different vibrations, we can actually know what size and shape and texture. The Sunu Band is a complement to the guide dog, the white cane, and we get protected from the waist above. Sunu Band, you can actually pair the Sunu Band with the Sunu app, and it's a whole tool. It works for iPhone, Android. But you know what? Let's go out there and do it. I walk crossing the street using my white cane, Sunu Band, and these are the vibrations my Sunu Band makes as I approach the videographer. Okay, so I'm out here with my iPhone, my white cane, and guess what? My Sunu Band, wearing my Sunu Band on my left hand side. As I mentioned before, the Sunu Band is a complement to the guide dog, the white cane. So you're supposed to wear this on the opposite hand. And I have my iPhone because I'm using the Sunu app. When you turn on the Sunu Band, you feel the vibrations right away, but you can actually set it up with the voice, okay? I also mentioned before that the Sunu app is a whole tool. You can actually find locations like coffee shop. You can also use the compass. You can point at the street and find the street. The Sunu Band comes with three modes as a default. The indoor mode, outdoor, gap finding, but you can actually add 4 more modes. Okay, so I have my Sunu Band here showing it. Using my iPhone where I have my Sunu Band application, and through the Sunu Band you can actually manage whatever is on the application. You can look for the locations, you can use the compass, you can listen to the check the time. And I actually have the voice on my Sunu Band. I have the vibrations and the Sunu voice. So the voice that you're gonna be able to hear through my phone is the Sunu Band, right? I turn off my voiceover just so you can hear the demonstration. I'm gonna press the home button on the Sunu Band.
Home.
Okay. I feel the vibrations on my wrist. I'm gonna flick on the touchpad, flicking down.
Home. 13 hours.
Okay, so it's about 1 p.m. I'm gonna press the home key again twice.
Menu. Compass.
That's where the compass is. If I flick down on the touchpad,
Where am I?
you can find out where you are at.
Places.
You can find places.
Place pointer.
You can point at the street.
My favorites.
You have your favorites,
Street pointer.
and that's the street pointer. Now I'm gonna press the navigate button on the Sunu Band.
Indoor sonar mode. Outdoor sonar mode. Gap finding. Sonar preset 2.
So one of the things that we the blind dream of is being independent out there, right? Out in the street, so we can actually start going everywhere just like anybody else, going to work, going to school, and just, you know, going out and about. Okay, so my Sunu Band is on my left hand side. You know, there is a sidewalk here. There is a building to the right, and I'm gonna share how this works. Okay, so right now my hand is relaxed on my next to my on my lap, and it's actually vibrating because it's sensing my videographer and people that is passing by. If you are walking on the street and the sensor on the sonar is just, you know, aiming forward and there is no one, you're not gonna feel any vibration. It's sensing the people that pass by. So
This
I'm
is
gonna
like
walk
10
towards
feet
you.
away.
And it's, you know, vibrations, more,
Close.
more. And of course, it's constant now, right?
Right there, yes.
Okay.
How about if we test it in front of cars?
You know what? Let's go and do that.
Let's do that.
So one of the scariest things for us, the blind, or I guess dangerous things, is cars, moving cars out there and holes in the street. But with the Sunu Band, we're actually able to know what's around. And just to give you an example on how to figure out the shape and size of something, let's do it with a car that is on my left hand side, where I'm wearing my Sunu Band. So say that I'm walking on the sidewalk, aiming straight forward. My sonar is sensing that something is not doing constant vibrations all the way, because what, you know, is my Sunu Band is detecting is what's on my left. If I aim it towards the car, it's just going and going and going. It's frequent vibrations, right? So if I want to figure out what size and what this object is, I can aim the sonar. Okay, it's going. If I move my hand to the right, stops vibrating because there is nothing. Is the gap in between the cars that are parked. If I go back to the center of the car, it's vibrating. Keeps going hard. I'm gonna move to the left and stop vibrating because there is a gap in between the two cars. But if I go back, you know, so that way I know that this is something narrow and it is a car. How do I know? Because of the Sunu Band and my cane, right? And then I can just continue going. All right, we actually had to find a different location because there was too much going on over there. And it's been challenging actually take videos because too much traffic, too much noise, music inside the stores, and of course, music on YouTube videos is an issue. Okay, so Anna is standing outside a department store. I have my white cane on my right hand side, Sunu Band on my left hand side. So on my right, there is a wall, right? So say that you are out and about and you just following your mobility and orientation and mobility skills using your white cane, guide dog, and I'm just walking, right? And no one is in front of me. Of course, there is no vibrations. And just by the way, I already mentioned this, but the distance on the outdoor mode and indoor and gap finding is different, right? If you are a fast walker, of course, you can actually change it. Why don't I share with you about when you want to identify shape, size, and texture. Identifying textures is different when you are in front of a wall, glass wall, or a person in a tree, or clothes. And say that you're just walking, and you're walking, there is a pillar, okay, found it with my cane, but my Sunu Band was making the vibrations, right? And I'm getting close to it, and it just keeps going. I don't know if you get close to my hand, if you get it close so they can hear the vibrations. It's a little noisy, but maybe. Now, say that I don't know what this thing is, and if I stand in front of it, right, and I scan, the vibrations keeps going. I'm gonna scan to the right, vibrations are slowing down and they stop. Why? Because there is nothing on the right. I'm gonna go back to the center of this pillar, and it's going, if you want to get close to me and I'm gonna go to the left, they stop. They stop. Why? Because this is a pillar and it's not wide at all. I mean, it's one of those thick and square pillars. It's not a pole. So when it's in the middle of the pillar, it just keeps going, and because this is cement, right? And I put it on the shape, size, and texture mode. The vibrations are actually strong. They're the power is different than when you are in front of clothes, which is the vibrations are, softer, smoother. I don't know. They have less power, right? So now, if I wanna just aim it up, it keeps vibrating because it just, it's a pillar, right? In difference when you're in front of a car and you just lift your hand. The car has a specific shape and it's not tall at all. Okay, we're gonna go inside, and I actually set it up for the indoor mode.
Indoor sonar mode.
Make sure
Indoor sonar mode.
double tap on my touchpad. Okay, I found the door to Marshall. But when you are in front of a glass wall, glass is hard compared to clothes, right? So the vibrations are constant because it's sensing, it's showing me that the wall is there, but they're stronger. All right, let's go and keep going to the next store and see if we are lucky. All right, we're gonna try this store again and see if we can capture a clip so you can see how this works with the texture. And let's go. Okay, so we walk into the store. Hopefully we're gonna be able to do this. Too bad I'm not able to share the gut finding, but I have the mode on the texture and to share and see how it feels. I'm gonna walk and find clothes. Well, it's sensing here, and this is an aisle of clothes. And in difference to when you are in front of a wall, glass wall or regular wall, cement, the vibrations are very soft, smooth. It's constant vibrations, but they don't feel as strong as when you are in front of a wall. See? Too bad we're not able to do the gap finding, but because of the music and people not, the store's not allowing us to do videos, I guess, yeah, it actually works when you're charging the store. Say that I'm just gonna go out, it's vibrating, and I wanna find, the way out. Aiming, there is nothing. Find an open space and then go from there. One of the challenging adventures for us the blind is noisy places, noisy traffic, noisy mall, and oh my gosh, well, I'm here out in the street, my cane is folded, I have my Sunu Band on my right hand side, show it, and I have my retired guide dog on leash. And there is a branch straight ahead. I want to see if the Sunu Band is going to detect that. You want to show it? Right there. I folded my cane so I don't get distracted and see if this is going to, how this is going to work with a guide dog, okay? I'm going to say Capri, forward. Let's go. Let's go. Okay, it's making small vibrations. Making vibrations. All right, frequent. So the branches are right here. Coming, yes, So right away you start feeling the small vibrations, and then they just go constant, right? If I stop here, aiming towards the right, there was a pole, well, it's sensing, and I don't know, it's probably you. If I scan around,
That's me.
it's you, and then I can just
Keep walking?
going. Oh my gosh, you know what? You actually have to have the harness. You have to have the harness because guide dogs walk really, really fast. All right, let's go.
Let's go.
You know what? Seeing the world around me. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, so we are back, and guess what? We actually had a lot of fun adventuring out there with the Sunu Band and seeing the world around me. Yes, using my white cane, being silly out there, and at some point having my retired guide dog. And I'm ready to share with you last opinions, last reflections. But before I do that, I want to say thank you to the Sunu company for sending the Sunu Band so I can share with my blind family. And now the moment has arrived. Does the Sunu Band really works? Ta-ta-ta-tan! Guess what? As you could see in the clips, or you could hear, hopefully you were able to hear my descriptions. The sonar or the sensor on the sonar, this little tiny eye, is actually always sensing any people that is walking in front of me, approaching me, or is passing by. Is always sensing any object, car, tree, anything that is in front of the sonar. So it really does what the Sunu company promises. Yes, well, the Sunu Band, as I told you, you either wear it on the right hand side or the left. In this case, most of the time I had it on my left wrist, and it's so fun and cool when you're just walking on the street, minding your own business, just doing your thing, and you can just look to the left or to the right or straight forward with the sonar. Yes, I mean, people do it just looking around with their eyes. For us, we can just be walking and you just twist your wrist a little bit. You don't even have to raise your hand or move it. When I set up the Sunu Band to identify shape, size, and texture, and I was standing in front of a wall or a glass wall, the frequency on the vibrations was stronger. And when I was in front of clothes, the vibrations were a little softer, right? So in that way, you are able to actually know, the texture. And for the size, well, you already saw how I was able to identify, the shape of a car. And it's so much fun when you actually go to the store and you're getting in line, with someone. You just know that people, the vibrations are going away or they're getting stronger as you approach the person. One of the things that I really like about the Sunu Band is that you can actually use it just with the vibrations, or you can use the voice through the Sunu app. Yes, for those locations that are very noisy, like noisy streets or the mall, oh my gosh, having the vibrations and information, I found it really helpful. For those locations, just to look for addresses or pointing at the street, the voice worked for me. Some of the features that I found very helpful once you add the Sunu app and that I really enjoy is using the compass, having access to the blind square GPS. If you are a blind square user, you can actually access that through the Sunu app. It's a lot of fun. Pointing at the street as you're walking, or you just stop and scan, the world around you. You can just point at the street and it'll tell you the street. And here I stop to tell you that it is important for you to do a calibration. If your battery die on your Sunu Band and your phone, you have to calibrate. And although I was not able to figure out how this works with a guide dog, because my guide dog is actually retired, it's a pet, you actually have to have the harness to know how this works. I was able to figure out that it really protects us from the waist above. You're actually able, as you could see, it senses branches. Although my opinion on the branches, it really depends on who you are and the distance. Yeah, it depends on your height. It depends on the how low the branches are hanging. But it does. Some of the questions that I received from my blind subscribers in Central and South America was about if the vibrations were going to be a distraction because they actually live in a location where there is a lot of people. Let me tell you that anything that is in front of the sonar sensor is going to be letting you know how far and how close you are. You can actually set up the distance for the outdoor mode, the indoor mode, and the gap finding, right? You can also do this for any mode, and for me, I find it very helpful to actually know that someone is approaching me. Seriously, I want to know if someone is approaching me, and I can just stop and just scan around, right? That could be maybe a negative thing about the Sunu Band, only if you stop using your orientation and mobility skills. Remember that the Sunu company says that this is a complement to the guide dog white cane, and this is extra information that you're going to be having. It's like just glancing to the side, or like just sighted people who go out in the dark and they use a flashlight, and whatever is in front of the whatever they're aiming the flashlight at, they're able to see. That's how this is going to work. I guess you can always just twist your wrist to the right or to the left if you are in busy places. But if you just want to know everything that is around you, it's great. Now, in the gap finding is very helpful because you're able to find, you know, say you're going to the supermarket and you're just, you know, grabbing whatever, or you're just following someone. Well, in this case, if you are by yourself and you just stop, aim the sonar, and there is no vibrations, you know that is an opening for you to go on the next aisle. I found it actually helpful. Now, the Sunu app really works. It has a lot of information. If you go to the More tab, there is the Sunu Academy. I never saw any app that has very, very detailed and accessible information. All the information that you need to know about the Sunu Band is on the actual Sunu Academy on the More tab. Take a look, check it out. Again, available for Android and iPhone, of course. And yeah, I guess I can actually say, you know, much more. Now, any negatives? I was saying in my Spanish video that maybe the strap could be a little cuter. But it's just Ana. It's not ugly, but it's a little thick for us females. But guess what? You can actually buy any strap that you want and just maybe different colors to match it. It's black. And what else? Nothing else. Well, the adapter, the power adapter to charge it, they told me that it was, or it says in the app that you can actually use your iPhone or your phone power adapter. Mine didn't work. I've been charging it on my computer with the Sunu Band lightning cord. But that's pretty much it. If you are ready to buy your Sunu Band and adventure the sighted world out there, or see the world around you, I'm gonna go ahead and give you a discount code that is ANNA20, ANNA20. I'm also gonna go ahead and include this down in the description along with the Sunu's company website in case you wanna check them out. I'm also including a link to my Sunu Band unboxing down in the description in case you want to have a more detailed and visual description of the Sunu Band. And the last thing that I can share with you is that don't forget that we blind individuals are so good at multitasking, right? Whenever I go out there, you know, I'm using the guide dog, I'm using the Wycan, I'm carrying shopping, I use an AirPod, I'm listening to the traffic, I have to pay attention to driveways, you know, I just pick up my phone and I call the, you know, different applications so they can help me through the camera. And I mean, it's so much going on. So the Sunu Band is one more device that can add, you know, feedback to, so we know what's around us. You know, I'm not a pro on the Sunu Band yet. It has a lot more than what I share. I'll see you in my next YouTube video. Check out my Sunu Band unboxing, and yeah, well, I'll see you in my next YouTube video. Bye for now. Seeing the world around me. Woohoo! All right. Which way? I'm going. Alright. Guess what? I also have my cane, my brain, and my Sunu Band. Alright. Filter right here. And you know what I'm looking for? M&M's with peanuts and cookies, chocolate chip cookies.